Hi, it's Mike from Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To, and on today's video, I'm going to take a look at another one of MSI's classic mice. This is the Versa 300 Elite Wireless. This uses both Bluetooth 5.3 and also wireless 2.4 GHz technology, and can also be used with a USB cable with a USB Type-C, should you wish to. This is a fantastic mouse. It's got an awesome sensor in it. This is the PIXART PAW 3395DM optical sensor, and it has a DPI of up to 26,000 DPI, which is absolutely fantastic. It also has 650 inches per second tracking and up to 50G acceleration. So this is a really top tier flawless sensor in your wireless gaming mouse. And this mouse as well, you'd think with all that technology packed inside it, maybe it's a little bit weighty, but no. This will provide you up to 80 hours of gameplay with a 600 mAh battery. Absolutely fantastic. Only 65 grams in weight as well, so very lightweight, not ultra lightweight, but pretty much as low as it gets for this kind of level of technology, and also this level of build quality. It is basically bomb-proof, which is excellent. And this is essentially an upgraded version of the mouse we reviewed previously, which is the Versa 300. This is the Elite version, so a little bit better sensor, and generally better performance overall. So in today's video, I'm going to take a look at the packaging, see what we actually get, do some tests on it, and give you my thoughts on it. We'll also take a look at MSI Center, all the customizations you can make to it, RGB changes and all that kind of good stuff. This is a really good feature-packed mouse. Retail price, MSRP, around about $49.99, depending where you're shopping. That is the UK price. I will put links in the video description so you can check out local pricing near you. As always, do shop around quite often. These do come down in price a little bit over on amazon.co.uk, so there'll be links for that as well. So if you want to check it out, please feel free to do so. So let's look at the packaging first of all. So this is the new style packaging from MSI. So this is the Versa 300 Elite Wireless. And as you see, it supports RGB. There's a lot of RGB on it. On the back of the box, it talks about some of its key features, such as being ultra lightweight. Of course, the PIXART PAW 3395DM optical sensor. Also, the fact that it can provide you with up to 80 hours of fast-paced gaming, and also the versatile connectivity, as we said already, wireless 2.4 GHz, Bluetooth 5.3, and also the option of USB 2.0 should you wish to. Obviously, included in the box, you get the mouse itself, which we'll take a closer look at. You also get a very nice friction-free cable. So this is 2 meters in length, USB Type A one end, USB Type C on the other, and also gold plated, which is nice to see. The dongle is actually in the mouse itself. So there's a little flap here at the end, which you just remove the plastic flap, and you can see the wireless dongle is in there. It's a very small mini dongle. So if you want to leave that attached to maybe your laptop or whatever device it is, you can leave it in there and it's unlikely to damage the port if it gets knocked or anything. So that's pretty good. Again, obviously you can use it wired if you wish to. Now, taking a closer look at the mouse itself, so we've got 6 buttons on here. So you've got your left and right click. You've also got a center button on the scroll wheel. You've also got a DPI selection button. And on the side, you've got your traditional back and forward buttons. So let's take a listen to see what those individually sound like. Starting with the left click, right click, then the middle mouse button, DPI selection, and side buttons. Now the buttons themselves, I think they sound absolutely excellent, and they're very nice and crisp and responsive. These are actually Omron 50 million click switches, which I believe, without taking it apart, I think these are the red dot version. These are very good switches, like these a lot. Unfortunately, they're not hot swappable. That would have been something which I would like to have seen on a slightly more expensive mouse these days, but certainly isn't too much of a problem. You can take it apart, desolder them and change them out if you ever need to. But with up to 50 million key presses per switch, you should be absolutely fine for the foreseeable future. Something I would like to draw your attention to as well is the scroll wheel. Now the scroll wheel is excellent. It's basically almost silent. It's really nice, and even with fast scrolling, it's pretty good. I like that a lot. Now actually I've been testing this in comparison with my GM41, which is what I normally use on my streaming desk. In that one, for some reason, the wheel makes a little bit of a weird noise when it's scrolling at times, especially the back scroll. This one, basically silent. So if you're working in an environment where you need it to be a little bit quieter, or perhaps you're just gaming and you just don't want that annoying noise of the friction, then I think this mouse wheel is actually done very, very well indeed. It's slightly on the larger side than some other mice, and it does have a nice kind of diamond shape to it as well to give you a very good grip. And the diamond shape actually continues on the sides as well. So on the sides, you've got the diamond pattern, as you do with the Versa 300. The Elite version takes that up a notch, and you've got some really nice RGB lighting on the side there. And also on the other side, you've got exactly the same. This is a ambidextrous mouse. So although technically it is a right-handed mouse because the buttons are on that side, in terms of its shape, it is symmetrical. So left ears or right ears are going to be absolutely at home with this. No issues at all. And when it comes to the actual grip as well, the hump is actually quite centralized. So whether your palm, claw, whatever fingertip grip, I think you're going to find this very good indeed. I tend to go more with a slightly claw stroke fingertip grip when I'm using a mouse, and for me it's absolutely perfect. Very, very comfortable to use, even at extended periods. So if you're maybe gaming for a long time or doing things like video editing, research on your computer, you're going to find this is going to be great, and it's not going to give you that kind of mouse fatigue that you can sometimes get. On the bottom, we've got some of the control options. So there is a switch on the side, so that is switching between either being in the wireless mode, the Bluetooth mode, or in the off position. Put it in the off position, you can use it with the USB cable, and also it will charge if it's connected, all that kind of stuff. Again, the battery life up to about 80 hours on this. That is with the illumination turned down and things like motion tracking and angle snapping turned off. Essentially, this is probably going to last you through a decent working week. I would say at least if you're spending sort of 8 to 12 hours a day at your desk, this is going to be absolutely fine. Obviously, you're not going to be using your mouse all the time, but yeah, certainly it's going to be okay. There's power saving features as well, so if you don't use it for a little while, the LEDs will turn off and the mouse will kind of go to sleep. As soon as you touch the mouse or move it very slightly, it will reactivate itself. You don't have to press the buttons or anything to wake it up, which you do with some slightly cheaper mice. Also on the bottom, you've got the pure 100% PTFE glide feet, which has done a very nice job. They're not massive on the back. I guess you can't really make it too big because you have got the flap there at the back for storing in your wireless dongle. We do have one centralized around the sensor. Again, this is the PIXART PAW3395DM sensor, which is a fantastic sensor. A lot of the highest performing mice on the market at the moment are using that sensor, not only for its accuracy, but also for its power saving features as well. Now, something which I should have discussed as well is the DPI button. So if you use the DPI button, it gives you a visual display on the bottom. Turn the mouse on a moment, so put it into wireless mode. When you turn it on for the first time as well, it will give you an indication of the battery status. So currently it is in green. After a few seconds, it'll go into your chosen RGB mode. As you can see there, it's gone into it quite nicely. And to change the DPI, press the button on the top, and you've got an LED on the bottom to let you know your status. Now, it does come with preset DPIs, but you can change those very easily in MSI Center. Absolutely excellent, no problems there. I actually like the DPI button being there rather than on the bottom, so if you do want to quickly change it, it's a lot easier to do, although it would be nice to have some other kind of feedback on the sides or in the RGB color, just so you know which mode you're actually in rather than being just on the bottom. That's just being really picky. Anyway, with all that said, let's take a look at the MSI Center and take a look at some of the customization options that we actually have. Okay, so let's open up MSI Center and we'll go into some of the features here. As you can see, it does appear in Gaming Center, so you can make your adjustments there. Also shows the charge status, whether it's charging or percentage of the battery. And also if you go into Mystic Light, you can see it does appear there, so you can configure it so that the RGB matches the rest of your system. So if you want to do that, just click on the link button and your motherboard, DRAM, and any other MSI peripherals which support MSI Center lighting or Mystic Light settings, then you can apply that change and it will all work nicely together. Just apply your changes and you can set your RGB. Going back into gaming gear, so if we go into our Versa Elite Wireless, and we can take a look at some of the settings we've got here. So to start with, we've got various profiles, so you can have 3 individual programs depending on your needs, and you can name those as appropriate. Again, it tells you your battery level or the fact that it's actually charging. You've got the firmware version down there. When you plug it in for the first time on a USB, it will ask you to update the firmware. That's a pretty normal thing for high performing mice these days. You've also got obviously buttons, so you can see scroll up, left click, forward, etc. So you can customize those however you see fit. So that's pretty cool stuff. If you go into performance, so again, you've got your DPI settings. So if you want to set it to a specific DPI. Now I generally like to set it to stage 3 and then increase that to 1900, thereabouts, 2000 or so. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. Once you're happy, click on save, and it'll save those settings to the device or to the profile that you're in. You can configure those individually, so that's pretty good. You also got your polling rate options, so 1000 Hertz is the maximum polling rate. You can also choose lower should you need to. Obviously with Bluetooth connectivity, you won't get 1000 Hertz, but for the wireless and also for the USB, you will do. Also, you can configure your liftoff distance, set it to low or high. And also part of the PIXART sensor, you do have the option in this for motion sync. So that will synchronize your mouse movement with the polling rate. Also, we've got MSI speed shift, so you've got various gears here. So this is for the ultimate precision for hardcore gamers in gear 3. You've got optimal performance for competitive play in gear 2, or gear 1, flexible option for casual or general gaming. So that's just going to lower the settings down a little bit and give you a little bit more battery life. The faster it is, the more battery it's going to consume. So depending what you're doing, how you're using the mouse, you can configure those individually. And last of all, we can go into the power section. So you can got the option of actually having the OSD show you a low battery warning notification. And also you can change the opacity of that as well. So depending on how vivid you want it to be on the screen, or if you want it to be discrete, if you're a streamer or something, or if you just want to have a proper visual, you can have 100% there. And then also the low battery warning, you've got the durations which you can configure individually as you see fit. And when you're done, you can just click on save and it will save all your settings to the profile you've got selected. So there you go, there is a look at MSI Center and the configuration options we've got there. Also, I thought for a little bit of fun, I did a mouse test. So using my GM41, which I use basically kind of every day on the streaming PC there, and I'm very much used to that, so I should be pretty accurate with it. So I did a test with that, with the mouse accuracy test, and then I did the same thing again with this mouse, which I haven't used for as long, but it is a superior mouse, so did it do better? Well, let's take a little look. So there you go. Didn't have more clicks, but certainly the accuracy is better and I scored more points. So I guess that is proof is in the pudding that it is a superior mouse. If you want to try it out for yourself, try the mouse accuracy test and see how good or bad you possibly are, and leave those in the comment section. I'll be interested to hear what your scores actually were. Anyway, I think that is pretty much it for the MSI Versa 300 Elite wireless mouse. I really like this thing. It's very comfortable. Just, yeah, seems to work very well. I love that PIXART sensor. The switches sound great. The mouse wheel is phenomenal and very silent. I like that a lot. It's extremely smooth and yeah, just skates around on the surface. It's almost like it's on glass. It's very smooth and very slick indeed. So if you want one of those quick mice, then I think this is going to be right up your street. And I think it's actually at a pretty fair price. But let me know what you think in the comments below. So I think that's going to wrap this video up. I've been Mike. This is Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To. And hopefully we'll catch you in the very next video. Thanks for watching.